What's up, guys? We are back once again, and we're finally going to be discussing the finale of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now it has changed to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This episode was absolutely insane. Of course, taking the events of what happened last week, we have where Bucky is going on the ground to save pretty much whoever he can. We do the same thing with of course, Sam, he's taking the air. Now, what was really cool about this episode was the entrance. Of course, it was that superhero entrance that we all get, especially for the Marvel movies. And I found it really cool because it was pretty much the same thing that we always get for every superhero. And what was really cool about this is that we come in and Sam goes up against, of course, George St. Pierre's character in this episode, while Bucky is trying to go up and save the rest of the Senators while they're being escorted out. And of course, Sam's trying to go by air, Bucky by ground, and even Sharon comes back. She actually gets on U.S. soil to help. She is able to bring some part of the plan together where she helps Bucky down on the ground while Sam is able to help one of the ones in the helicopters. She did have military training to be able to fly a helicopter, while we get this huge action scene with Sam trying to rescue everyone in the helicopter, and everyone else trying to be able to save everybody. And this was, like I said, this episode was all over the place, guys. I mean, it literally was one of these episodes where it felt like you were watching a movie. It did not feel like you were watching a show. It felt like a movie. And what was really crazy is that you saw a lot of action scenes where U.S. Agent is literally born here. The new Captain America is born in this, and there's like a lot of memorabilia in this scene, or in these scenes where Bucky is trying to help, and he actually gets to save people, and that's what's really cool. He actually got to save people in this episode. He actually got to make amends later on this episode as well, which I'm going to get later into. And I'm going to say this, I think one of the best fight scenes that they gave was probably with the George St. Pierre and also Sam Wilson fight. That was actually a really cool fight. And there was a lot of comments. There was a lot of comical parts. I can't talk here, guys. And what was really cool is at the same time we see where that Sam is actually using his same gadgets that was actually upgraded by the Wakandas. That I found absolutely amazing. It was really cool that we got to see that too. And then we also get to see where Bucky was able to save people, and then when he did, he actually got a thank you, and then he started fighting off the super soldiers. Sam started helping through the air, finally started everybody. And then what was really cool is that the one that was flying the helicopter, he actually got Sam in the water real quick, and he says, okay, that boy deserves a major ass whooping. So that was pretty funny. And then one of the things that I thought that was really cool was when Bucky came through the lines, when everything was on lockdown, they actually still recognized him as Sergeant Bucky Barnes. So I thought that was pretty cool. And also, there was a moment where Bucky's trying to talk to Carly, and he explains to her this is not going to go the way you want, and at the same time, he says, I've done this before, and I tried saving the world 2 times, and I failed. And obviously, he's talking about when he went up against Thanos. He's also talking about when he was trying to help Cap back when. So there's a lot of regret that he is trying to make right. And then we do see where Sam finally catches up with Carly, as well as everybody else. And we even, John Walker comes. He even beats the crap out of all these super soldiers, and the super soldiers beat the crap out of him. And he actually makes the right decision trying to save a van full of hostages instead of actually just being, full revenge bloodthirsty, because he feels like that his friend to Carly did not matter. And it really gets him going. And we do see where he actually works with Sam and Bucky, and when they start going after Carly because she tries to escape because all the hostages have been saved, they actually go and they start to fight her, and then Sam's like, I'm not going to fight you. when he does catch up to her. But at the same time, it does get revealed that Sharon Carter was the power broker this entire time, which we already knew. And she says that apparently they did used to work for her, and then they went off and did their own thing because she wanted to do something that Carly didn't believe in. Then George St. Pierre comes, and his character gets killed off actually by Sharon or by Carly, whichever one, when the gun went off, because we do see where he tries to blackmail her, and then as soon as everything goes down, Sharon gets shot, and that's when, of course, Sam goes up against Carly because he does want to try to save her, but unfortunately, she almost, after beating Sam, and he finally does not want to fight her, Sharon actually starts shooting her and does kill her because she was trying to save Sam. And at the very end of the fight, of course, they're trying to talk to all the senators, and of course, Sam comes up with a very great point. He basically informs everybody, hey, look, that you can't do this vote. And they start talking to him about, oh, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And he informs them, no matter what choices you make, who are you doing them for? Are you doing them for yourselves, or are you doing it for the people that actually matter? Because the next person that Carly will do it will be even worse. And they're like, oh, you don't understand, you don't understand, you don't understand. And he admits, that he's a black man being the next Captain America, and he knows this ain't going to be easy, but at the same time, he wants to know, hey, look, I know people ain't going to like this, but I'm still going to do what's right. And that's what he's trying to get everybody else to understand. Like, look, just because, I understand the whole situation and that you're making it harder than it actually is, so don't make it harder. And then finally, he gets his point across. Everyone sees it. And then right when he finally does leave on good terms, I would say, with everybody, and does start helping. And we do see that Bucky and him are now calling, I guess they consider each other friends now. And then finally, at the very end, close to the episode, we do see where Bucky pretty much does cross off every name on the list, which is absolutely insane. He finally made amends with the father of the guy that he killed. He did tell him what happened. He was able to cross out everybody on his list. He was able to finally, I guess, quit therapy. He was finally able, like I said, to make amends and just become a better person. Sam, of course, become the new Captain America. He also was able to show the one Isaiah Bradley at the very end of the episode. He was able to show him that he had a honorable memorial built in the Captain America Memorial about what he did in the service, and that got him very emotional, show his support finally for not just Sam, but to the country he fought and bled for and almost died for. So we got to see that, and then we also got to see where John Walker officially becomes the U.S. Agent, which was interesting. And then we also got to see the not really indoctrination, but I don't know, maybe you could say that, where Sharon actually now becomes the, she's I guess she's going to go back to S.H.I.E.L.D. And she's going to use that to her own benefits to basically get anything she wants for her buyers, which is actually very interesting. And at the very also end of the episode, where a lot of people are considering that U.S. agent is going to be working for someone for Hydra. Obviously, we're not sure of that just yet, and I'm hoping to see maybe they will. And I'm not sure if they're going to do that, or if they're going to say maybe he's actually doing some kind of good now, since now he's a super soldier, and he's just going to be doing something different other than, of course, what he was trying to do as Captain America. And then, of course, also what we saw with the very end of the episode, where everyone's having a big party down in Sam's neighborhood, and Bucky comes, and they're having like a big old barbecue cookout, seafood boil. That was absolutely amazing to see that stuff, because it really reminds me of, what I grew up with, the whole seafood boil, bringing everybody together, because that's, that I like that part. That's pretty cool. And it pretty much now says Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So obviously, this was the season finale of this show. Now, again, we could be getting another season, or we could be getting another version of this series. Right now, it's undecided as of my knowledge goes, but hopefully we will either get another season, or maybe we'll get a movie or some kind of continuation of this from the possible continuation of what happened from point A to point B. So overall, I really enjoyed this season. I think the season was very enticing. I think it was very badass. I think it was very action packed. I think it was very drama filled. It did have a lot of points, which I did like. I think one of the main points I like what Sam said was basically you need to think outside of yourself and outside of your own area. Where who are you really helping? Are you helping the people, or are you helping yourself, or ones like you? So I thought that was pretty cool. I found that to be very enticing because I think that, you know, it really goes without saying what goes on in the world today. And they actually did put this in the show. Now, again, there was other things in the show that, you know, they got to keep, the first black, Captain America. It's like, okay, we know this. But at the same time, it's like you got to make it known. But at the same time, you don't got to keep saying it. That's just, that's just the way I took it. And I found it cool that they finally were able to put something in there for Isaiah's character to finally give him closure for everything that he did for, fighting and bleeding for his country, and finally being able to go, okay, look, I know a lot of shit happened to you, but now, let me make it right. And that's what Sam does. He's able to make things right because that's the kind of person he is. He's able to go, okay, look, I know this happened to you because of either you helped me or you did this or you did that, but let me help. Okay, let me help. But overall, like I said, I did enjoy the episode. I did enjoy the season. I enjoyed the series. But let me know what you guys thought about the episode and what you guys thought about the series down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, let's about subscribing, leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. And if you guys are new to the channel, let's about subscribing, leave a big fat like on the video, and also click the notification bell so you guys know if I have time to upload. And as normal, I'll see you guys on the next one.